I'm going to create a tutorial video how to create a process flowchart using MS Visio. So it should be installed in your computer. Open the Visio app. So there are options here if you wanted to start as a blank drawing canvas or a basic diagram or a cross-functional flowchart. So for organizations who are going to draft or to make a process flow that involves different functions or different departments, so I suggest you create a cross-functional flowchart. So let's click the create button here. As you can see, it gives us this default template. This is a vertical swim lane. It is very useful for interdepartmental functions because in each swim lane, it will allow you to add the different functions of the organizations or say department who is responsible for a certain process. So this is the basic component. This is where you write the process title, and this is the function of each swim lane. Another area where you need to take note of are these available flowchart shapes. So these are the basic flowchart shapes. Basically, you will be using the start button, the end button, the process decision, and sometimes the document that you can specify here. But if you click on this area, there will be more options that you can use. However, we wouldn't be needing this one anyway. We are just going to make a simple process flow. And another area that you need to explore is the connector tool. This is what we will use in connecting different elements, these shapes, which we will be putting inside each swim lane for the specific process and for each department. So for the purpose of this tutorial, let me draft a sample process. Risk assessment results. So say we have here and we have here audit manager. So as you can see, these are different functions or different roles, or this could be a department. Audit department depends on your specific requirement, and this could be the audit committee. And we are going to put inside the different processes by which the audit department is responsible and the committee is responsible. Okay, so of course we will start with this button. That's the start phase. So we will know if you are looking at a certain flow chart, that is where we are going to start the activity. Okay, then say we have a process here saying identify the process or risk assessment. Identify the process area for risk assessment. Then say there are certain criteria which we will not discuss in detail here because we are only having a demonstration of how to create a cross-functional flow chart using Visio. So say there is a decision factor here. Um, does the process qualify for risk assessment? So the diamond shape is a decision shape. Alright? This is a decision shape. It allows you to have different options depending on the decision arising out of this question. Does the process qualify for risk assessment? So this is answerable by a yes or a no. So there will be a different output if it's a no, and there will be a different output if it's a yes. Okay, so if it's a no, for example, register process into the risk log. Alright, then if it's a yes, conduct risk assessment, generate risk assessment result, and submit to audit. Alright, now the activity for audit committee. This is the process that we wanted to emphasize that it is the responsibility of the committee. So for example, they need to review the risk assessment results and advise for priorities, process area for audit. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, this is our workspace. This is a swim lane, and we added now the. So I'm going to say this is the end of the process. Then we added the different flowchart shapes inside each swim lane. So for all of these activities, it is clear that the audit department is responsible. And for this activity, the committee is responsible. Now we wanted to show, of course, the flow. It's a flow chart. So we wanted to show that starting from here, it goes to this process, it goes to the decision. So of course, you will need the connector tool. So using this connector tool, connect the elements. Simple as that. Just connect the elements. This is for the no. This is for the yes. You can connect it where the dots appear because this will surely connect the elements. So irregardless if you will be moving it one item to another, the connection will not be removed. I will show you. I will show you here. So say for example, I'm going to move this here. As you can see, the connector was retained. Alright, so it's very important that you connect as per where the dots are highlighted. Okay, so as you can see, we now have drafted the simple process flow chart to report risk assessment results. So to save, click on File and Save. Alright. And then you can also export this into PDF file. You can also export this PDF file. Yes, we are now processing. We are now processing the PDF file. So as you can see, we are able to generate the process flow chart. This is what you call a cross-functional flow chart, allowing you to put swim lanes into your diagram. So that's it. It's very simple, and I hope that helps in drafting your processes.